Yeah, you can take a seat though.
Okay, amazing.
Chill.
Oh my gosh. Hey, oh my God, what does your mask say?
It says, may the force be with you. SDCC
Oh my
2022.
God, amazing. I've never seen a light up mask.
I can
Incredible.
say whatever I want to say too.
Like right now?
Yeah, if I wanted to change it, I could absolutely.
Oh my God.
So cool, right?
That's so cool. I want to get one of those.
iPhone for Bluetooth.
Oh my God. That's incredible. So, my first Comic-Con. Yes, I've never been here before.
How are you liking it so far?
I'm so excited. I'm almost like too excited. I was just telling them, I feel like I scream, this is my first Comic-Con. Because everyone that's done this like a million times is just like, yeah, Comic-Con, it's really cool, but you know, whatever. Hey. That's okay. We've been chatting.
Oh, cool. Hi, guys.
Hey.
So is it your first con as well?
It is my first con, yeah, and I'm super excited. It's a little overwhelming, but I'm dealing with it. I have her with me, and she's been keeping me chill. Oh, yeah.
Okay. First for the cameras, tell us your name and who you're playing.
My name is Daniela Nieves, and I'm playing Lissa Dragomir.
My name's Andre Kim, and I play Christian Ozil.
All right. So we already talked about how it's your first con. How has it been the buzz of Vampire Academy and the fans' excitement? How has it affected you?
Oh my God! I mean, there's so much excitement there. I think a little bit of nerves too, but mostly excitement. But the fans have been so great, so loving, and they're from all over the world too. Like we have fans from the States, Canada, the UK, Brazil as well, and they've just been all so supportive.
Yeah, they're incredible. I mean, I think I'm also like a little shocked at how much people are like responding to it and excited for us. I was like, oh really? Like some of the interviews, I've read all the books, like all of that, which is incredible. It makes me, oh really? You read the books too?
Oh, that's
We've
okay.
been
Cool.
excited about this for years.
Oh my God.
Waiting for you guys to do this.
Oh my God, that makes me so excited.
From the executive producers of Vampire Diaries, I'm excited for like the looks you've given to
Yeah.
how dark and gritty and sexy it is.
Yeah,
Wow.
I really think that you guys will be happy because it's like 2 hours is so little time to explain like such a complex world where there's so many different types of vampires that it could almost feel like too much exposition, I feel. Whereas with a show where we have 10 episodes to like visually create this world. I mean, we were in Spain with these castles. None of that is green screens. Like that's really how
real.
it was.
Yeah.
The church.
The church is all real. It's a beautiful church
Yeah.
inside. Yeah.
We had a couple scenes in there too.
We had a couple scenes in there. Yeah.
He spends a lot of time in the church.
I
You
do.
know,
I
just
do.
walking around.
A little church boy. Yeah. Loves his pew. Yeah.
But yeah, I think everyone's really gonna love it. I mean, it's sexy, there's like fighting, and then there's this political turmoil that you never see like vampires fighting for the throne, but you'll see it in this show.
Yeah.
So it'll be fun. Yeah.
This has a connection with Christian. What do you think attracts her to him? Is it that he has family backing?
Ooh.
What attracts you to?
Oh yeah, what attracts me? Well, I think that the strength of Lissa a lot of times is like she sees people, like she sees them at their core for who they are, and she has a Dompier best friend, and she ends up being with Christian, and she really doesn't care what your background is, what people are gonna say about you. And I think Christian, which is so like amazingly portrayed by Andre, is like he has this soul, that's this kind soul that you just see through it. At least Lissa does see right through this facade that he puts on. And at the end of the day, I feel like Christian is really helpful, actually, and he's always there, and he always lends a helping hand, and she realizes, wow, he has such a kind soul, and we both just encountered this family loss. You lost your parents, I just lost my parents. We both feel a little jaded from the society that cares about these superficial things, and we're trying to change that, and so it's just a perfect environment for us to come together, and ultimately that happens.
Yeah, and if I could just add on to that, I'd just say that like so much of acting is about playing off someone else, and you know, I was almost a little bit nervous coming in before meeting everyone and being like, this character is so much about his relationship with Lissa, and there's so much about him that needs to find light within this character. And I just have to say, working with Daniela, all my worries were blown out the window. I just thought this was the perfect match. Everything she thought I had thought too, and I just had such a great time.
Such a great time. I mean, we were literally laughing and laughing every take.
Laughing too much.
Laughing too much. Honestly.
We got in trouble.
Yeah.
So going back to how popular the book series, what are some things that you're really excited to show fans of the book on screen?
Ooh. I think the relationship between the Moroi, the Dampier, and the Strigoi, and the non-royal Morois is something that we kept really true from the book, and I think that's something that I thought was really important to keep in the script. So I'm excited for people to see those dynamics play out.
Yeah, I think whenever, because I read the books a little bit right after I booked it, and I was like so into this world, and I think, I don't know, this might sound a little cheesy, but I think having a visual aesthetic of this thing that I imagined in my head for so many, of the time that I was reading the book, it's like, I think seeing vampires and the blood and the teeth and like, just like the sexy things of vampires and seeing it come to life, I think I'm really excited for book fans to finally get their justice in a way, to really get to see that throughout 10 whole episodes. I don't know, I think it'll be beautiful.
Sorry, I didn't want to speak over you. So what is your favorite part of your guys' characters?
Ooh, that's a good one. I love Christian's like resilience, Anybody else who got put in his shoes, I feel like could come out of that a very jaded and dark person. But the way I see Christian, what I love about him the most is that he's got that underlying hope. I think he really hopes that people see him in a different way. I think he really hopes and has the best. He believes in people a lot. He thinks people are going to be good at the end of the day. That's just something that I wish I had more in my life, And so playing Christian has sort of changed me in a little way too, because I'm like, man, maybe we should all strive to be like that.
Yeah, and also I feel like Christian is so funny. Like he's just funny. Like he has like this humor to deal with like his pain that I feel like is refreshing.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a defense mechanism.
Yeah.
But it's still funny. It's a funny defense mechanism.
Yeah. I feel like Lissa, man, she's resilient, especially in this show. Like she's gonna go through so much. Like you're gonna be like, wow, this poor girl, and she just gets back up. And I feel like in the beginning she almost doesn't really believe in herself. And she's like, I don't know if I want to do this like queen thing. But then as it goes on, it's like she steps into her power and like she's just like a badass. And I wish I could be that much of a badass and be able to change my mind and be like, actually maybe I can do this big thing, like take over a throne. Like that's incredible. So I guess I'd say that.
She's being humble. She's the biggest badass.
No, shut up. No.
So you were saying that you were laughing too much on set. Do you have any funny stories you want to share?
Oh my god. Okay, you know which story you want to tell.
Wait, what story?
Oh, I thought you were going to say the kissing story.
Oh, the kissing story is better. You say it better than I do, though.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, okay, so we're going to have our kissing scene. And it was actually so funny because that scene wasn't our audition scene. But we were going to finally do it. And then we had a conversation with intimacy coordinators about, you use your tongue and whatever. And, he was like, oh yeah, like why would you use your tongue? Like you can't even really tell the difference, just like professional and not. I was like, yeah, totally. But in my head, I was like, the only experience I had like making out on set was with tongue. So I was like, okay, like, all right, that's fine. And so we get there, we're like about to do the kiss, and we're like literally about to roll, and I'm like, I don't know if I know how to do this. And he was like, what? I was like, wait, what? What do you mean? And I was like, yeah, like I've never done that, but like I guess I hope I don't look stupid. And he's like, okay, just like don't put your tongue in my mouth. I was like, no, I'm not going to. And he's like, all right, okay. And then he's like, damn, maybe we should have practiced this, like on second thought. And I was like, whatever. And we were just laughing, and then we did the scene, and I was like, I think that went well. He's like, yeah, it was cool.
There's also another story I have where we did a super emotional scene, and we just finished rehearsing for it, and we're sitting in like this garden room there, and you think having an emotional scene, you talk about like the scene, your dynamic, philosophy, acting, and we just sat there, and I look over there and I'm like, do you think there's more doors in the world or wheels? And she looks at me, and I thought I was like, maybe she thinks I'm like an idiot. She looks at me, she's like, I don't know. Doors, wheels, and we just talked about that for like half an hour or something.
I ended up saying wheels, 100%.
Wheels.
In the world, there are more wheels than there are doors, and I will stick by that.
But you kind of threw me out a little bit because I was on wheels first, and then you were kind of like, well, what's a door? Like fridges have doors. Could be like a door to the mind, and I was like, oh my god, you are right.
Incredible. This is the type of conversations that we have.
And then we forget we have to work, and they're like, come back to set, and we're like, no, give us a second. Wheel or door?
Yeah. Nieves, sí. De Venezuela.
De Venezuela.
Sí. Ah, una de mis mejores amigas boricua.
How does it feel being, POC, Latina? Like,
Yeah.
like,
Dude, incredible. I mean, of course, there's like barely any Latinas like leading shows nowadays. So I think it's incredible that Julie and Marguerite, I mean, in the books, they're completely different outside. So the fact that Julie and Marguerite I wouldn't say that they didn't take it into consideration because we very much respect the way the book was, and the fans obviously want it to be very true to the book, but I think they focused more on the essence of the character, and that at their core everyone felt like who these characters are in the books, and whatever they look like on the outside, I mean, who cares? And if anything, the representation of having people that look like real people, and that people can see that and be like, oh, I look like this person and I look like that person, and it's also a world of diversity. I mean, it's a new world. It's like everything's just brand new. That it's like, why not? Why can't we all look like the way we look?
Yeah, totally. People are really excited.
So sorry, we're gonna wrap the table right here. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. So nice talking to you.
If you liked that video, make sure to like and subscribe.
Subscribe to our Patreon where you get our reactions a week early, uncut before it goes to YouTube.
You can book us on Cameo, where you can make Hannah sing happy birthday.
I will not be singing happy birthday.
You can ask us to say hello, a small reaction request, or make Hannah sing happy birthday.
Our merch store is now up with brand new designs coming, as well as our old designs brought to you by my Manic Episodes. Thank you for that.
Make sure to check out our OnlyFans.
Oh my god! Subscribe to our OnlyFans for a different side of fandom reactions.
And be sure to follow our Twitter and Instagram @FandomReactGirls for daily updates.